Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kearney High School for this matchup of Class A Blue Bloods here. The visiting Thunderbolts from Lincoln Pius X and your Kearney Bearcats. Welcome here tonight. My name is Robert Goff. I'm the Kearney High Advisor for Bearcat Sports Network. To my right, Alyssa Epler. She's going to be calling play-by-play.
Good evening.
And color. As soon as Nolan Dart gets here, he's promised here, he's going to be in. Alyssa, Alex Lane on the side here. We're going to be calling in. We got a good one here tonight. We got the 7-6 Bearcats coming in on an impressive win against Lincoln East, and the visiting Thunderbolts coming at 7-1, highly ranked. It's going to be a good one here. We got a little bit of time here. We're going to turn our microphones off for the starting lineups. We'll have them back, and we'll be right back here in a little bit here. Bearcat Sports Network brought to you by First National Bank of Omaha.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, folks, to this wonderful lady matchup. So we've got high 10th startups. We've got number 2, Sam Holberg, and number 11, Luke Talberman. And we've got number 12, Charlie Holberg, set of twins right there. And we've got number 23, Brady Christensen, and number 30, Sam Hastretter. And those are your Thunderbolts starting lineups for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And as the Bearcat intro plays, Goff, maybe you could give us a little bit more of a background maybe on Pius X.
Yeah, right now,
as we hear the rowdies start
yeah,
getting up there.
Got the intro music going on. You see the lights kick off there. And little music kicking on here. Pius X coming in here. Only loss so far in the season is to a close one, a tough one to Bell West. Some very impressive wins so far in Lincoln here. They got started a little bit later in the season, but again, strong here. Tall.
Unfortunately, the Bearcats don't actually have the height advantage that we've had the past 2 games.
No, absolutely not here. You look at that.
Their tallest guy is actually a 6'9" guy, if I'm reading my roster right, and his name is Braden Daberno. And
yeah, you saw.
I'm excited to see him play.
You look at the little lineup there. Pius X has an incredible height advantage, but 2 leading scorers, twins, Hoiberg boys. Leading scores for the Bearcat, or leading scores for the Thunderbolts. Keep an eye on those. Hey, we want to shout out Coach Hoiberg. Hope you're watching here tonight. Give us a tweet at KHS Media Pro here. Glad you guys are tuning in here. Introduction on the way. We're here ready for the introductions. And Nolan Dart just walked in the house. Our play-by-play man going to be here. He's got something to eat, so we're going to let him feed a little bit here.
Well, I gave you guys our Bearcat starting lineups. We've got number 3 at guard, Easton Bruce, a senior. And we've got number 20 also at guard, Caden Miller, a junior. And we've got also number 24, Preston Pearson at forward. And we've also got number 20,
Caden Miller.
Yes.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen.
And number 34, Will Vanderbeek. He's going to be at center. And we've also got number 35, Jack Johnson, a senior, also at center. So welcome back, Nolan. This is your first game in a little bit.
I know. I mean,
we're so glad to have you back.
Y'all got started a lot earlier than I thought. I was coming here just like, oh yeah, I should have plenty of time. Nah. I came in a little late.
We get started.
So my
right
apologies, ladies and gentlemen. But hey, I'm here. I'm ready to call this game. It's going to be a really exciting ball game.
Yeah, you missed quite a game last, the game that happened at our girls' game. And for the ladies and gentlemen who did not have the fortune to see that last game, the Bearcats unfortunately did lose, but they put up a good fight. They lost 28-58. It was a Bearcats had a little bit of like a offensive lull is what we're calling it, because it was quite awesome. And we got tip-off. Pius X wins that tip-off. And there go the Rowdies. Oh, man, we have missed those people. And so linking the Pius right now.
Okay, hold on. Here. And we're getting everybody settled here. Again, my name is Robert Goff, the advisor here at Bearcat Sports Network. Glad you guys are tuning in here. Bearcat Sports Network, member of the Strive family of schools, over 150 strong. And we start the game off here. And
Sam Hastrutter with a wonderful 2-pointer right there. Bearcats are going to be making that response right now. Preston Pearson has the ball and passed over to Easton Bruce. And Jack Johnson with a 3-pointer, and it's good.
Great start for the Bearcats.
Man, what a statement to make right out the bat. It's really going to be, if this game doesn't end up being like the last one, it's definitely going to be a call and response game.
Great hustle right there by Caden Miller getting to the ball. So the ball will stay with Pius.
all right, Nolan, glad to have you here tonight, buddy.
We're so glad.
Nolan has some things going on here. He just literally showed up here. So Nolan Dart, who just does our play-by-play, glad to have more. Nolan, take it over. Game's all yours.
All right, there you go. Pius trails by 1 right now in the early moments of this game.
If we're gonna get a really good feel for the game, this one's gonna be super, super fast-paced.
Hoiberg drives, passes out. He's gonna pass it back out. And no good on the 3 ball. And it bounces around, but it'll be rebounded by Hoiberg. Hoiberg goes up, and it's blocked by Will Vanderbeek.
That was a wonderful block by Will Vanderbeek.
I believe it was called a foul. No, it was called a block. Okay, good. It was all clean. So all ball block right there by Will Vanderbeek.
Thunderbolt basketball.
And that ball is good. That shot is good from number 30, Sam Hastreeter.
Yeah, let's go with I think it's Hastrutter.
All right.
And we apologize, folks, for butchering names, but that's all a part of our learning.
Loose ball here. Caden Miller pulls up for 3. No good.
No good.
Hoiberg on the rebound. Joshua Hall with the ball, passes back to Hoiberg. Hoiberg. And no good on that shot.
Rebound by Jack Johnson.
Jack Johnson. Pass to Caden Miller. Miller gives it back to Johnson. Johnson back to Vanderbeek. And an errant pass right there to Preston Pearson. But the Bearcats recover, and Jack Johnson drives in. And that layup is good for 2. Bearcats lead 5-4. Linderman brings up the ball. Hoiberg driving in. And that shot is good from Brady Christensen for 2. Bruce taking the ball up for the Bearcats. Passes it to Preston Pearson. Pearson looks to pull up. No, he passes it out to Caden Miller and Jack Johnson. And the loose ball.
Got by Jack Johnson, though. That was a really nice quick save.
And
Bruce
Easton
in
Bruce
for the 2, and
that was
nothing
a
but net.
beautiful drive right there by Easton Bruce getting inside to get that bucket.
We've got
here's
Luthans and Dahlgren waiting to come in for our line change up a little bit for the Bearcats.
Beautiful reverse right there by number 23, Brady Christensen for Pius. Bruce taking the ball up. He passes it to Pearson. Pearson driving in, and he puts up a shot, no good. That's going to be rebounded by number 11, Jake Tottenheim. And that pass goes way out of bounds.
It almost hits a kid.
Must have been thinking somebody was in the corner right there. But it's Bearcat basketball right now. Does it get better than this? Primetime basketball.
It really does not get better than this.
Hey guys, the rowdies are getting larger and larger.
Yes.
You know,
and those COVID restrictions are getting smaller and smaller.
I liking that. You know, that means the gym is getting fuller. We love a loud gym because we hear having games at the start of the season, and we heard everything. Now,
like every single week, every single.
We all know Coach Bronick likes to yell, and we can't hear Coach Bronick much anymore.
Jack Johnson for 3, bang! Good. Knocks it down for 3.
We expect nothing less from Jack. And this game has been so fast paced. A lot of call and response, and I think it's actually going to end up being a really wonderful matchup between this. And this is really going to, I think this game is going to really come down to.
And a timeout called here by the Bearcats, as you were saying, Alyssa.
Really, I think this game is going to come down to who can stay on and get more baskets in the basket, and honestly, on this one.
This is definitely a high-paced game. We're going to stay right here. Here's only a 30-second timeout here. I think Coach Bronick wanted to take a timeout here to kind of settle the troops down here. Again, it's 10-10, 4 minutes in. That's a high-scoring game. If we continue that pace,
yeah.
it's 80-80. That's some
Yes.
some scores that's some points on the board here. Again, seeing a lot of height advantage from Pius, but they're not playing the height right now. They start Hoiberg twins. They're starting out their 6-footers. Okay. But, Pius has a lot of height there. And the Bearcats are showing some athleticism and moving up and down the court, hitting some three-pointers.
I'm not going to lie. I didn't know that the Hoiberg boys were twins.
I
didn't know that till now.
I didn't know that there was a pair of twins on here. So
They're both 6 foot, same last name.
And we wish Coach Hoiberg the best. Get everybody back in health of the Husker basketball team. Okay, I know Nolan. I know you're a UNK guy.
Oh yeah.
But I'm a Husker. And my son, I have a Husker. I have a son who's a Husker. Colin goes to every basketball game. He's a huge basketball fan. Carter's going to be a Husker next year. So here's wishing Coach Hoiberg all the best, and they're very. All the Huskers back on the court here soon. I'd like to see them.
Speaking of upper volleyball, if you checked out the women's team, they're undefeated and nationally ranked in Division II.
What are they?
Good for them.
I think last I checked their ranked numbers, and one basket right there by Preston Pearson.
Look at Preston. Look at the Rowdies. See, that's right there. That's the adrenaline there that we need in high school sports. We really need. Preston goes in and drove. He looked at his friends. That whole front row there is his friends. They're cheering him on, and Preston was like jacked. That's the enthusiasm that we're missing at the start of the year.
That foul was called on number 44, Blake Dabrico. That was his first.
Checking in for the Bearcats would be number 10, Jack Mundorf.
Before the game started, Jack Mundorf's, I believe it was aunt, actually came up and thanked us for doing broadcasting stuff.
We appreciate you. You were very kind to us. We appreciate you very much. You were very nice to us.
Great defense right there by the Bearcats, and they turn over the ball over. Drake Bronick is fired up, and so are we.
Wow. You see Coach Bronick there on the sideline. He was pumped, wasn't he?
Yes.
Love that.
Man, we love a passionate coach.
Always brings the energy. Preston Pearson bringing the ball up now for the Bearcats. He'll pass it to Jack Johnson. Johnson looking to pass. Throws it back out to Pearson. Mundorf passes it to Jack Dahlgren. Dahlgren passes it to Luthans.
Looking for a place to pass and seems to.
Great defense by both teams so far. Both teams are trying to cut off pass lanes.
Yeah.
Doing a good job of it right now. Jack Johnson with the ball. Passes it to Preston Pearson. Pearson goes and drives in, and no good. And there's going to be a charge called on Preston Pearson.
That was a nice job by number 34, Sam Easley, by holding that lane there. Jack was being guarded. He gave a few height there to Blake Deberkow, 6'9" senior. I think Jack gave a little weight there. Nice job of the defense of switching off there for Pius the 10th. And because the Bearcats were looking for that cut. And finally Jack thought he saw something, dove for it, but Easley was right there. And I think everybody's been around high school basketball. They know that last name of Easley because there's quite a good one a few years ago named Charlie Easley from Pius. He was a heck of a basketball player.
I remember his story in Nebraska. That was one heck of a story to watch. He was like my player for the Huskers.
Oh, absolutely.
And that three is good from number 11, Lake Tannenheim.
Taubenheim.
Excuse me. Taubenheim steals the ball, and he drives in. No good on the layup, and the ball is fumbled around. Recovered by Easton Bruce. Bruce passes it to Vanderbeek, who has just checked into the game. And Mundorf pulls up for a deep three. No good on that one. Rebounded by Taubenheim.
Mundorf has quite the range.
Oh, he does.
He really does.
Yeah, that's a push off there. Nice call there by the referee. Number 32 there, Jack Hostretter, kind of make himself a little spin. Arm came out there. They'll let you play basketball. They'll let you do that forearm, but if you extend it, that's where you get the call. That's what he did. He just kind of extended that arm out there.
I'm actually very guilty of a lot of hand checking when I guard people.
No.
At the YMCA.
Happens to the best of us.
I'm a slender dude. I gotta defend somehow.
Okay, back to you. Here you go.
All right. Will Vanderbeek passes it to Jack Johnson, and now to Jack Dahlgren. Johnson passes out to Mundorf. 4-3.
And it's good!
Knocks it down 4-3. Mundorf is fired up.
Oh, the Bearcats are jacked up tonight, aren't they? Boy, they're pumped.
Yes.
This is the kind of games that Coach Bronick lives for. High-ranked, top 5 teams coming to our house. Come on, let's play some ball. The Bearcats have never been afraid of playing the high-power teams.
And for 3, that one was good from number 34, Sam Easley.
How many times we see Bell West coming to house? Donovan Williams a couple of years ago, him in. We've had some great games against some top 5 opponents, haven't we?
Yes, those games are typically the ones that you remember for.
And that ball is stolen right there.
That's what you want to play. You want to play the best.
High school career.
You want to play the best. If you don't want to play top 5, you don't play. I mean, that's the point.
It's like Coach Cool's.
Yeah, Coach Cool's mantra in football. Let's play. What ranking? We don't know. Let's throw out. Let's play.
And a foul here on Jack Johnson. That's his first personal foul.
We've got Preston Pearson coming in for the Bearcats, and we've also got a new Thunderbolt coming in. I didn't quite catch his number, though. I believe that was number 2, Sam Hoytenberg.
Ball inbound into number 34, Sam Easley. Easley will drive in. No good on the layup. He'll get his own board and put it back up. No good. And that one goes in. That was number 44, Jake Dabercow, or I'm not quite sure.
6'9" guy.
Use that 6'9" reach there.
Tallest guy on the field.
He just jumped
on
over
the court.
people.
Bruce with the ball now, working on Hoiberg.
One of them.
Bearcats might be looking for the last shot here. 32 seconds remaining.
It's a great thing about high school. You don't have a shot clock.
Now, there's a lot of people debate that that might be a good thing to do. I'm not sure what.
I don't know. I think it makes. I feel like at every level it makes the game more interesting because the NBA has a shorter shot clock with 15 seconds right here. Bruce is still working on Hoiberg and trying to put the dribble moves on him. Now he passes it to Dahlgren. He passes it back out. And that was a
that was a really long pass down by Bruce.
That was a lob that failed right there. Oh. The ball is stolen by Pius, and Pius puts it back up, and that hits the top of the shot clock. And that is the end of the first quarter. The Thunderbolts lead the Bearcats by 2 at the end of the first.
We're going to take
18-16.
And there's a 1-minute break in between each quarter, and we're going to take it with them. We thank you folks for tuning in. This is Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by First National Bank of Omaha.
There it is. In there. Oh, there we go.
And we're back here at the Bearcat Sports Network, and we had an entertaining first quarter.
I agree, Nolan.
Pius leads 18-16 in a close one so far entering the second quarter.
Up and down action, up and down the court right now. Leading scorer for the Bearcats, Jack Johnson with 8 points. For the Thunderbolts, 2. Thunderbolts 23, Brady Christensen, and number 30, Sam Hasterreiter, both have 4.
Caden Miller taking the ball up, passes the timeline for the Bearcats. He passes it to Will Vanderbeek. Vanderbeek passes it to Jack Johnson.
Now that's one Bearcat that's actually in the last few games has really upped his game. Will Vanderbeek.
Yeah, he's been balling lately.
He has absolutely.
Bruce drives in and he's going to be fouled, so he's going to shoot 2. He was fouled by, I believe that was Sam Hoiberg who was called for the foul.
Sam gets his first foul of the game. Not a lot of fouls called. It really wasn't a chippy game at all. That's the 3rd foul for the Thunderbolts. Bearcats have 2.
Bruce's shot off the back iron, no good. And the second shot, that one is in and out, no good.
Very uncharacteristic.
Charlie Hoiberg
missing 2 at the free throw line for Easton.
Hoiberg passes it to his brother.
Now we have plenty of time, but we're going to keep our mic. Stay tuned in at halftime for a half-court shot.
Yeah.
Why? Because we've had some interesting half-court shots.
We've had 3 winners.
We've had 3 winners in the half-court shot this year. 2 in the last 2 games.
Vanderbeek 4-3.
Good.
Yes! The Bearcats take a 1-point lead, 19-18, in the early moments of the second quarter. Sam Hoiberg passes it to Charlie. Charlie for 3.
No good.
Off the front iron, no good. Rebounded by Will Vanderbeek. Vanderbeek will pass it to Easton Bruce.
Strong rebound by Vanderbeek. Rip that right down, put the arms out.
That's the proper way to do it right there.
Yep.
Caden Miller working on Sam Hoiberg. And he passes it to Pearson. Pearson passes it to Bruce. Bruce will pass it to Johnson.
Just trying to find that seam.
Just work the offense. find a good look.
Pius has not left the man-to-man. There it
There
is.
he is. Vanderbeek drives in. No
No
good.
good. So close, but no
Yep.
good.
Yeah.
Bearcats being patient there, passing around. Drake Braddock was wanting to foul there on
Hoiberg
Vanderbeek.
driving in, and he finishes with a little bit of contact. And the Thunderbolts retake the lead, 20-19.
This has definitely been a shot-for-shot game.
Absolutely.
These are always the favorite ones, though.
Yeah, Pius has not changed off of that man-to-man defense yet this game. Neither one team, actually both teams have stayed man-to-man the entire way through.
Preston Pearson
Maybe
working
because
around his
they know that the
defender.
Bearcats
And he gets that bucket to go, and it's an and-one opportunity. That was some great offense right there by Preston Pearson. Just working his defender, pivoting on his pivot foot, working around in the paint and getting the ball up into the net.
He might be able to make that three-point conversion right there.
Nice job pivoting back and forth by Preston Pearson. Wait till he got the defender off the wrong side and then laid it up in the side there and got the contact and one for Pearson.
Here's the and-one opportunity, and no
No
good.
good.
Bearcats have thrown away 3 free throws so far. I think they've been lined three shots and they're 0 for 3.
Yeah, and you can't be missing those.
No, not in a close game
Not
against a
in
top 5
not in a
team.
game like
Absolutely
this.
not.
You play a top 5 team like this, you got to hit those easy ones.
And that shot for 3, that one is good from number 11, Jake
Luke
Toppenheim.
Deep three-pointer by Luke Toppenheim.
Luke Toppenheim.
Oh,
And that's
Preston
Luke's.
Pearson passes it to Easton Bruce.
That's Luke's second three-pointer game. He's team high 6 points right now for the Thunderbolts.
Dahlgren trying to go around, and he loses the ball right there. It's going to be rebounded by Charlie Hoiberg. Hoiberg passes it to his brother Sam. And what a, whoa. That was a nice move to get around Vanderbeek right there, who's far taller than he is.
Good body control by Sam right there to jump around inside there. I think that pass come back beforehand when Easton drove in there. I think she's going to pass it to Vanderbeek. I don't think Will saw the pass. Because Will actually was cutting in. I think the pass, Will just didn't see the pass come by there. But yeah, Sam, that was incredible. That was a nice body control action right there, Nolan.
That's some Kyrie Irving Euro step type
Oh,
stuff right there.
nice. Nice. Little throw Kyrie in there. Kyrie's come back there.
He's kind of losing his mind lately, but we don't talk about that.
Hey, as long as he plays basketball right now, I'm good.
Yep.
Well,
They-
Vanderbeek with the ball now, pass it to Jack Johnson. Johnson tries to throw it into Dahlgren, but the pass
Just
will
a little
go
too
airing
tall
out
for
of bounds.
just a little too tall for Dahlgren. We need to grow with that boy a little bit, huh?
He's got some years.
Yeah, he's only a sophomore.
he's got some time. See, when you don't have the height advantage that we normally have had on certain games that we have on the past two, you got to really use that speed that our shorter guys on the Bearcats teams actually have. Easton Bruce and Caden Miller are very fast
Oppenheim.
men, and
No, there's going
that's
to
what's
be a
going
foul
to be.
called on Jack Dahlgren right here on the drive-in.
It's a hand check you're talking about right there. Yeah, it's a,
Except I
listen-
can get away with it.
Yeah,
we got referees out here.
Yeah, that gentleman in stripes didn't like that, did he?
No.
It's most times the Bearcats have been relying on their athleticism to win most games because we don't have a height advantage here. But what I'm seeing so far right now, Thunderbolts, they definitely have some athleticism also.
Yes.
That layup no good from number 30, Sam Hastreeter.
I think we have a couple pairs of twins. The Hoiberg twins and Hastrader twins.
Yes.
That's certainly something, I
Yep.
tell you what.
It'd be nice to have a pair of 6'6" twins on your team right now, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
That would be extremely ideal.
You got to wonder if there's some twin telepathy that helps them out in the game there.
I don't know. I mean,
But you know what? Hey, they must be doing something right. They're 7-1 in the season.
yeah.
It's like how Pau Gasol and Kobe Bryant used to communicate in Spanish. But
That's true.
it's
Because
like-
Kobe knew Spanish because he grew up
Yeah.
with Jelly Bean. His dad
Yep.
played in the Spanish league when Kobe was growing up.
Jack Mundorf with the ball, trying to work on his defender, and he's going to pass out to Jack Dahlgren, but that pass was tipped. Great defensive play by Brady Christensen to get in front of that pass.
Yeah, next time we have a break there, we're going to talk about your Celtics, huh, Nolan?
Oh man.
We're not going to talk about the Celtics?
Preston Pearson going to check in for
Well,
the
they're not
Bearcats.
really my Celtics.
Okay.
But
That's who you cheer for.
I mean, I cheer for them. I love stuff. I just love the NBA. I
You like NBA.
I love sports. All right. Jack Johnson will pass it into Preston Pearson on the inbound. And Pearson looking to pass it. He passes it to Jack Johnson. Johnson passes it to Luthans. Luthans passes it to Bruce. Bruce drives in with the layup. No good. And rebounded by Jack Johnson. Johnson will put it back up and in for the easy two.
Johnson cleaning up.
23-23.
Johnson cleaning up off the glass. It's 10 points for Jack Johnson. Have himself a good first half.
And that goes
was
in.
good.
And that's going to be a foul as well.
Nice
So
strength.
he'll go to the line to shoot 2. That was number 34, Sam Easley, on that bucket.
You got Will off balance there, then kind of jumped into him, which is a good job drawing that foul, and also threw it off the glass there for an and one. Nice job of Mr. Easley.
And Easley's shot is no good. And that board will be picked up by Easley. And Hoiberg for 3. He knocks that down.
Big five-point possession right there for the Bolts.
It's not ideal if you're a Bearcat right now. You need
Nope.
5 points right now to get back into this game, because you can't give the Thunderbolts any sort of slack.
Timeout on the court. I was just about to say field. And we're going to take it with them.
That's an Alex mistake, Alyssa.
Yes. This is Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by First National Bank. We will be right back.
And welcome back to the Bearcat Sports Network.
Brought to you by First National Bank of Omaha. Thank you, First National Bank of Omaha, for our primary sponsor. The financial gift that you gave this allowed us to do our stream and bring a lot of different things to you guys. Again, thank you, First National Bank of Omaha, for all that you've done for us here at Bears basketball. Back to you, Nolan.
All right, Easton Bruce hits the inbound for Preston Pearson to begin this series for the Bearcats.
Bearcats need to bag a bucket here.
They
really do. They really need to make
now.
a statement when you come out of a timeout like that.
Preston Pearson being almost double teamed by Easley and Hoiberg.
Bearcats seem to be going into a 2-1-2 zone defense right now.
Dahlgren passes it to Pearson, and Pearson will pass it to Jack Johnson. I tell you what, Pius is playing great defense right now.
Yeah, Pius, they dropped into a 2-3 zone right there.
And pass out to Bruce. The Pius fans showing their approval of this amazing defense that they are coming out in right now. Preston Pearson drives in, works around his defender, pivots,
and
shoots, and scores. 2-pointer right there for Preston Pearson. It's a 3-point game with 2 minutes and 27 seconds to go in the first half.
Nice soft jumper by Pearson from about 8 feet.
Fantastic.
And
touch.
Preston will be heading to Chadron State play football next year. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yep, Chadron State play football next year. And Jack is staying in town. Jack is staying here, going to UNK play football, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Congratulations to both of you.
Speaking of Johnson for 3, and that one is good. So it's a 2-point game now. 30-28 in favor of the Thunderbolts. Easley. He's going to pass it to Taubenheim, and Taubenheim lays it up and in. So now it's a 4-point game again, with a minute and 47 remaining in this first half. Pearson passes it to Easton Bruce. Bruce passes it to Jack Johnson. Johnson to Pearson. Pearson is going to pass it to Dahlgren. And there's going to be a hand check foul right there on Hoiberg.
And we've got a new Thunderbolt coming in, number 44, Blake Dabino. And we've also got Jack Mundorf, number 10, coming back in for the Bearcats. And we've got number 30, Jack Dahlgren, at the line, shooting 1.
Bearcats down 4. Need to convert these at the free throw line.
Absolutely.
You really need to bag those when you're down 4 on a team as good as Pius the 10th.
And that's 4 points, and that makes up the margin.
Right there.
That we're at right
Bearcats
now.
are 0 for 4 from the line right now.
Can't be throwing away points from the charity stripe.
Nope.
Charlie Hoiberg. All right. And no good on that 3-pointer from Brady Christensen. And that ball is out of bounds, and it will go to the Bearcats.
1:10 remaining here. Pace kind of slowed down here. Actually, I don't think the pace slowed down. I think the team just got a little colder.
Yeah.
You know, we've kind of missing some shots there. 32-28 with 1:10 remaining here in this first half.
So each team is probably really, really scared about making any type of mistake.
Yeah, because right now, you know, because Bearcats have missed open shots. Pius has had some open shots here going down. Both teams kind of gone cold this second quarter.
And sometimes that'll happen when you have a really fast-paced, exciting first half first quarter, excuse me, and wonderful steal by Pius 10th, number 14, Thomas Limberman.
Dahlgren will inbound it to Preston Pearson.
Yep, that was he kind of telegraphed that play there. Lippman, nice job of defense, kind of read it, and kind of baited it in there and jumped that pass.
Yep. Pearson gonna slow down. Their Bearcats are probably looking to take the last shot right here to end this half.
Yeah, try to get something here. Down 6 here. Try to get a last shot. Be 4 or 3. Rowdies are shooting into the Rowdies. A little wide out here. You can kind of see that on the right side there. Good Rowdy crowd here. That's the other. It's kind of moving up here higher and higher and higher. You know, last few years we've seen it where the Rowdy section sign has been covered.
Yep.
Those are always the best games.
You love a good student section.
Seconds remaining. Preston Pearson will drive in. He's going to pass to Jack Dahlgren. What a pass from Preston Pearson, and Dahlgren converts on the left, and that's from easily, and that's off the side of the backboard, and that will be the end of the first half. The Bearcats are trailing right now to the Thunderbirds.
Thunderbolts.
The Thunderbolts, 30 to
Not Bell West. It's not Bell West.
So we are actually going to kick our audio off, but leave our camera on as we have a performance from the Dance Cats as well as our half-court shot. So please stick around for those. Thank you, folks, for tuning in. This is Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by First National Bank of Omaha.
And welcome back to the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by First National Bank of Omaha. We're about to get started with the second half here in Kearney, Nebraska.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Alyssa Epler. I did play-by-play for the girls, and I'm actually doing color for this. Alex Lane and I, we would like to do a little bit of overshadowing of what's happening else at Kearney High. The Kearney High Pops Show Choir will actually be performing.
And Sapphire and Gold.
And Sapphire and Gold, thank you. We'll be performing live streamed on Tuesday. That concert will be starting on 7 at 7:30 here on this link. So please tune in for that. We very much appreciate it if you guys would watch. And anyways, let's get back to this game very much so.
It's been a very close game.
It's been so close. This is going to be a very, very fun game. Definitely one for the books.
Bearcats only down by 4 points right now. The score is 34-30 at the half.
It's anyone's game at this point.
It truly is. 2 scores and the Bearcats are back in this, and a few scores and the Thunderbolts could gain some leverage, and they could gain a pretty sizable lead on these Bearcats, because a couple of buckets in this game can mean everything. Because both teams are coming out playing high-intensity basketball.
Yes, definitely agree with you right there, Nolan. Folks, we very much thank you for tuning in. This is the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by First National Bank of Omaha. So when these Bearcats are going to come out from their huddle, let's play some Friday night basketball.
You know what needs to happen?
What?
We need to be shooting half-court shots.
Dude,
Yeah.
We're buying tickets next time.
Okay, I'm buying tickets. And this is what I'm
That
doing.
is the 4th winner. Okay, I was talking to Colin earlier this year. Y'all, and Colin just tweeted, I think he's watching the game. Colin told me he was at every Husker game last year. And every Husker game, they had a half-court shot, and not a single person won. But if you want to win, you need to come to Kearney High.
Apparently we have a good luck charm or something.
4 half-court winners, $1,000 each one. Buffalo. But I want to give a shout-out. I didn't catch the gentleman's name here, but I talked to Mr. Hogue. And
Great block right there by Will Vanderbeek. Caden Miller going up the floor. Euro step. No good rebound. He puts it in.
That's Will Vanderbeek. That's the one we play and see. But okay, a big shout out. I didn't know the fan from Pius X who won that. If he did, people shout out. Congratulations. But you know what? I just found out that he's actually donating part of the money back.
Aw, thank you.
So we wanted this very generous of a fan. Thank you for doing that for basketball. That's what a fan's. That's a great fan. I love that. I wanted to give a shout out to Pius X, their fans, and then of course the gentleman. I like to know his guy's name. I give him a shout out to him for donating part of that money back here. But still congratulations on winning $500.
Yeah.
That's the right way to spend the money right there.
There you go. Okay, over you, Nolan.
Oh.
Vanderbeek throws it out of bounds on a pass to Caden Miller. So the Bearcats only lead by 2 after that Vanderbeek bucket earlier.
I think Mr. Baronic wanted to go for on the baseline shot right there from his position. I don't know. We seem to be having pretty good shots considering we've had 4 half-court shot winners.
Hoiberg trying to work on his defender. And that shot no good for 3. Rebounded by number 23, Brady Christensen. And Hoiberg with the ball now. He passes it to his brother Charlie, but it'll be intercepted by Caden Miller. Great defense right there by the Bearcats.
Miller right now tried to use his speed right there, but it seems like the Pius X is getting on to the fact that we are a very fast team, so they're just kicking up their speed a little bit more.
Did they just call double dribble right there?
I think so. I didn't quite see the call, but I'm going to go off of you.
All right, so anyway, Pius X will take over on possession right here.
There go the Rowdies, reminding everybody of something extremely obvious that just happened. It's one of my favorite parts of the Rowdies. We certainly have missed you guys.
And passes it out, and that shot, that is good. That was a great shot from Sam Hastreeter.
And Pius X will get on the board for the first time this quarter.
I love basketball, and a shot like that, I'm a Bearcat fan, obviously. But
you can't deny that's a good shot.
That was the most, that dude has a great form, and Jack Johnson cannot get that one to fall.
That would have been super great if it just would have bounced off back into the basket.
Back and forth threes right there. Hoiberg passes it to Sam Hoiberg. And Hoiberg passes it out. Another great shot from Sam Hastreeter for 3. So the Thunderbolts are taking a big lead. It's now an 8-point lead for the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, 6-point run, real quick 6-point run there with the Thunderbolts. Direct Brock won't stop this. We're going to take a timeout here on Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by First National Bank. Timeout on the court, and we're going to take one with them. We'll be right back.
And
And
welcome
we're
back.
back here. Welcome back to the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by First National Bank of Omaha. Bearcats trail by 8 right now, 40-32, with 5 minutes and 26 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And a great pass to Will Vanderbeek for the easy layup right there.
Bring the Bearcat.
Great vision right there.
Bring the Bearcat loss down to 6.
We haven't seen Vanderbeek dunk yet this game.
Well,
It's always a treat to watch.
it is always a treat.
Charlie Hoiberg. Oh, look, he was trying to try the James Harden step back 3 right there, but he did not. And a pass to Hoiberg. And a great block by, I believe that was tipped by Vanderbeek.
Yeah, I think so too. Rebounded, caught by Preston Pearson right there. Bruce
Easton
for the
Bruce for
3.
the deep 3, no
And
good.
no good.
Rebounded
Caught by
Keith
Gabe Miller.
And Miller
So
could not get it to go.
close.
Sam Hoiberg will take the ball up the court. He crosses over. He's going to go up over Vanderbeek, and he's going to draw the contact, so Vanderbeek will be called for the foul, and Hoiberg will go to the line to shoot 2.
Sometimes you just gotta go for it. And massive props on Hoidenberg right there for at least trying to get the foul. That way he can even try to go for the free throw line.
Here's Hoiberg's first shot. That one is nothing but the bottom of the net right there.
Thunderbolts
Jack Dahlgren
have
will check in for Caden Miller.
And the Thunderbolts right now have been doing really, really well at the free throw line, which is something that you really got to do in a really high-paced basketball game like this.
The Bearcats, on the other hand, have not been good free throw shooters this game. Preston Pearson will inbound to Easton Bruce. Bruce is going to slow down the tempo maybe just a little bit, trying to develop the offense. He passes it to Jack Dahlgren. Dahlgren will pass it to Vanderbeek. And Bruce is going to be blocked by Charlie Hoiberg. And Sam Hoiberg drives in. And he has been trying to swim move around Will Vanderbeek.
And he's just getting no dice.
He's getting just stood up right there, and I love to see it from Vanderbeek.
Quick pass from Pearson
There's been
back
some
to Jack
situations,
Dahlgren.
however, where he's been able to get around, and Preston Pearson,
good.
no good on the layup, but he will go to the line to shoot 2.
Still going for it, though.
Good job by Preston Pearson going up and drawing the contact. Wasn't able to finish, but that was still great. That was just great patience under the hoop. You can't just go up there and expect it to go through every time. You got to work your defender and get that open shot. And as he knocks down the first shot.
Bearcats right now are down by 7 right now with Preston Pearson's free throw shot right there. So it's really going to count at the line for the Bearcats to make sure that they are getting those free throws, because when you're facing a team as good as Lincoln Pius 10th, you really have to make those free throw shots.
Pearson
And second one's
knocks down
good as
the second
well.
one. Hopefully that the Bearcats turn things around as far as the free throw percentage in the second half, because in the first half they didn't make a single free throw.
Yeah.
And no good, and it's going to be a charge called on, that was on number 14, Thomas Linderman for Pius.
Easton Bruce is going to be back in for the Bearcats. And
Bruce will take the ball up for the Bearcats now. Once again, the Bearcats trying to run with a little bit of a slower tempo offense, trying to let things develop, and I love to see it. Starting to run a few more plays, just trying to execute their offense to the best of their ability. Preston Pearson with the ball now. He's going to drive. His momentum is stopped by Charlie Hoiberg, and Vanderbeek puts up a shot, no good. And that ball will be rebounded by number 11, Luke Taubenheim. And no shot, and it will be a foul on.
it'll be on Jack Johnson. That's going to be his second for the half.
So the Thunderbolts will take this one out.
And Jack Mundorf is actually back on the court, and Will Luthans is looking to check in as well for the Bearcats.
He will check in for
Will Vanderbeek.
Will for Will.
Jack Johnson leading scorer for the Bearcats with 13.
Good for him.
Oh, number 30. I don't have my program in front of me.
He is number 30.
Is that Taubenheim?
Yeah, that's actually Hastretter.
Hastretter with 10 for the Thunderbolts.
Number 34, Sam Easley trying to work around, and he passes it out to number 44, Blake Dabercow. Charlie Hoiberg passes it to Taubenheim. Taubenheim is going to put a shoulder in him. Oh, and they're going to call a foul on the Bearcats, so the possession will stay with Pius the 10th.
Boy, Coach Bronick did not like that when he thought there was a push off there, that elbow come up there. As soon as that whistle blew, Bronick's like, yes, and then one notes it against the Bearcat. He's like, no.
I was thinking the same thing because I was like, that
I thought so too. I thought it was an offensive foul.
Yeah. And hook shot from number 14, Thomas Linderman, and that goes through for the Thunderbolts. So the Thunderbolts extending their lead here. They now lead by 8 with 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And
Jack Mundorf right there tried to go in for a shot, and I believe he was blocked out by number 14 and number 34. Linderman and Easley.
Luthans gets a shoulder, and he goes to the floor, and that was a basket from Blake Dabercow. Man stands at 6'9". You don't want to mess with him.
He's a tall dude.
Yeah, he just kind of put a shoulder back into Will and kind of just backed him a little muscle there and just knocked Will down. Bearcats looking for something to foul there.
And that's hard to do because Will Luthans.
Yeah, Will's a thick kid. He's a big, strong kid. I mean, you knock Will down.
Player.
You knock Will down, you did something right today.
Yes.
Will, he's hit that weight room hard.
He passed it to Jack Johnson.
Good defense by Pius. The Bearcats are not finding those cutting lanes. The lanes are just closing up.
We got to give credit where credit is due, and on the defensive end of the floor.
Both teams are really on their toes.
Great recovery from Will Luthans to go in and score that bucket for the Bearcats. And with 1 minute and 49 remaining, the Bearcats are still trailing 38-46.
But hey, it's still only the third quarter. We still got about 9 minutes left in this game. It is still anyone's game at this point.
All right, Bearcats need about a 5-0 run right here.
And
that's not what the Bearcats needed.
Easily pulling up for 3, and he knocks that one down.
I think we've heard that name before. Easily hitting for 3. I think we've heard pretty much anybody in Nebraska basketball has heard that the last few years.
Pearson with the ball. He's going to hand it off to Mundorf, and Mundorf passes it to Bruce. Bruce for 3. That's going to be off, no good.
Bearcats going to be careful now, down 11.
Bearcats need some shots to fall, and there's going to be a foul called. I believe that's going to be on either Will Luthans or Jack Mundorf.
Yeah, Bearcats don't want to let this game get away from them right here. This 105 minute third. It's been a close game the entire way through it. And right now the shots are not falling, and Pius is finding some kind of rhythm in the offensive half.
That foul was actually called on number 10, Jack Mundorf, which was something we unexpectedly did.
It was on Mundorf? I thought it was on Dahlgren.
That was on Mundorf.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was on Luthans.
Oh, Luthans, sorry. Oh, whatever the guys in stripes say, that's who the foul's on.
Yes.
That is true.
Yeah,
guys in the stripes.
Guys in stripes win.
Hoiberg with the ball, being guarded by Jack Dahlgren. And that ball is up, and I believe that was tipped up on a pass.
I think Vanderbeek got a hand on that one.
Yeah. Vanderbeek definitely got a hand on that one.
Preston Pearson now with the ball. He's trying to find someone to pass to. Passes to Vanderbeek, and Vanderbeek got a foul called here on number 44, Blake Dabercow. Bearcats will take this one out.
We got Easton Bruce coming in for Jack Dahlgren for the Bearcats.
Bearcats been running with some quick some quick substitutions. Like they've been running people in and out, trying to keep legs fresh. As Preston Pearson lines up to take that shot, and he fires and it goes through. 9-point game now. Bearcats need to continue this run if they want to get back into this ball game. Sam Hoiberg.
Bearcats need to stop here.
Puts a body into Easton Bruce, and Bruce.
No good right there, but Pius got their own rebound, and
Bearcat
basketball.
Calling mustard touch. They were down. That was some physicality right there. That was one of the refs just let's go and let them play, because that could have gone both sides. I saw, right in front of us, the Pius, the 10th fans. I saw the Bearcat fans. All of a sudden, both of them were kind of yelling for a foul. That ref's like, hey, you know what? You both going to shove each other? Play. Oh, yeah. That's, I think,
over and back foul right there called by the Bearcats. Or violation, I mean.
When he did that, I'm literally standing right on midcourt. I am like right here, and he did that. I'm like, oh, Easton, I think, and the ref caught him. Like, darn.
It's one of the things you cannot do.
Yeah, literally by a foot.
Bearcats have to minimize mistakes to get back into this game, and they're making a few too many of them. They gotta get some shots to fall. They gotta start playing a little bit better defense on the pass. Oh, what a beautiful pass to Charlie Hoiberg. No good. Sam Hoiberg with the Magic Johnson behind the back pass. That was crazy. Caden Miller, no good off the shot clock. So the Bearcats trail by 9 at the end of the third quarter. We'll be back for hopefully an exciting fourth quarter. You're watching the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by First National Bank.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this wonderful, wonderful matchup between Lincoln's Pius X, the Thunderbolts, and your Kearney High School Bearcats. My name is Alyssa Epler, and sitting next to me is Nolan Dart doing your guys' play-by-play and color. We are certainly thankful that you guys are tuning in to us this evening. And this has been a wonderful, wonderful game to have. And
been a fast-paced game.
Quarter.
It's been quick. I mean, it's only 8:15. It's 8:11, and we're heading to the fourth.
Yeah, this has been a really fast game. Bearcats are trailing by 9, and let's play some basketball, folks.
The Bearcats need an offensive run right here.
They really
Miller
do.
bringing up the ball right now for the Bearcats.
Let's see if they make a statement
Bearcats need
right
a 5-6 point run
Johnson
right here.
passes it to Preston Pearson. Pearson for 3.
And
you betcha. He knocks it down.
Now, here's where we need a defensive stand right here. We need a defensive stop and a defense stand to get this back to a 1 or 2 possession game.
Preston Pearson has 14 points. Charlie Hoiberg passes it to Sam Hoiberg.
No good
on the 3 ball.
That was deep 3 by Sam.
Caden Miller with the rebound. Miller slows down the tempo just a little bit, passes it to Easton Bruce.
There seems to be a lot of those quick transitions between the ball and that's how you really soak up a man-to-man defense and get your ball through.
Passes it to Vanderbeek, and it went off the front iron and it hit his face. That'll disorient you for sure.
Yeah, Coach Bronick wasn't happy about that one. The pass was there, it set up there. He just threw it in and it hit off the front of the rim. Actually, it's kind of unlucky.
Sam Hoiberg goes up with that shot. That one falls. Everything seems to be falling for Sam Hoiberg when he drives in. Easton Bruce.
Set up for a man-to-man defense again.
Charlie Hoiberg and Preston Pearson will pass it out to Will Vanderbeek. Vanderbeek for 3. He
And
knocks
it's
that one down. 51-46.
In favor of the Thunderbolts.
Vanderbeek's 10th point of the game.
Sam Hoiberg pulls up for 3.
That one's good as well.
He knocks it down.
There's a lot of a call
and a
response.
timeout will be called here by the Bearcats. We're going to take that timeout as well. You're watching the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by First National Bank of Omaha.
Okay.
And welcome back to the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by First National Bank of Omaha. We got a close one here in Kearney, Nebraska. The Thunderbolts of Lincoln Pius X lead the Bearcats 54-46.
Right now, Sam Hoiberg's kind of taking over the game right here for the Thunderbolts. The last 5 points are a nice dribble drive there and a deep 3-pointer. He's leading scorer for the Thunderbolts with 14.
He's sitting down right now.
He is, and then Preston Pearson also has 14 points for the Bearcats that pace them.
Preston Pearson passes it to Dahlgren. Dahlgren's going to drive in. He's going to go up with it, and no good. But he was fouled up on the shot, so he will go to the line to shoot 2. Foul.
So Bearcats have struggled a little bit right here on the foul line.
This is where it really is going to count. With an 8-point game, you have to get those free throw lines.
That foul was called on
44, I believe?
No, number 30.
That was called on number 33, Sam Hastreeder. As the first one falls for Dahlgren.
Yeah, Sam Hastreeder, number 30 there. He's going to take a seat. He has 4 fouls in the game. He's the only one really in foul trouble. Not a whole lot of fouls on either side.
No, it's even in the foul count, 4-4 for
and
both.
Second one's good.
In first half, no, neither. I don't think either team was in the bonus first half.
I don't think so either.
This seems to be one of those games where the refs are just going to let the boys play.
Yeah, it could be.
Charlie Hoiberg passes it to, it's going to be out to Sam Easley. And
Jack Johnson didn't like that one. He gave it. We saw that a couple times in girls' games. Alyssa.
Yeah.
Jack reached in there, thought he hit all ball, and the ref disagreed with him. Now ref's going to win those battles, but Jack gave a look to the ref like, "Oh, sir, you know what? I got all ball in that one." But you know what? Whatever the ref says, that goes.
That is true. And a great move and an easy layup right there for Blake Dabercow. So he lays that up and in. It is now an 8-point game once again.
Once a 6'9" kid starts jumping for a layup, there's really no stopping him.
Preston Pearson looking to drive in, and that shot is blocked by number 4 by Dabercow.
Yeah, he kind of baited him, watching. He didn't go on the pump fake there on Preston.
What the Bearcats need is a lot of three-pointers. Three-pointers will make or break your game.
And honestly, really, we all have a really good three-point game. It just seems to be a little bit off. And a wonderful steal by Easton Bruce.
And a great lay-in by Easton Bruce going around Sam Hoiberg for the bucket.
That's going to bring it to a six-point game. Let's play some basketball, folks.
That's only Easton's 4th point of the game.
And Sam Hoiberg can't control that
out
pass.
Of bounds.
That's only Easton's.
And usually go towards the Bearcats. So the Bearcats might have a little bit of momentum going their way.
Right now, Easton averages almost 11 points per game or 12 points per game right now. He's at 4. So good defense on Easton Bruce. He's just not. But all the Bearcats are picking it back nets. Only down by 6. Bearcats got the ball.
Easton Bruce will take the ball up. So work on Sam Hoiberg. He passes it to Preston Pearson. Pearson will pass it to Dahlgren. And Dahlgren can try to go around. He passes it to Pearson, and Pearson passes it to Vanderbeek. Vanderbeek will pull it for 3. No good on the 3-point attempt. And the ball is going to be stolen by Jack Dahlgren, and it's going to be picked up by Preston Pearson. Fumbled around. Jack Johnson will go in, and one! And one opportunity for Jack Johnson as he lays it up and in off the steal.
This could be a 3-point game, folks. This is a really important and one right here. This might be the lead that the Bearcats need in order to get back up in this game.
Right. The ball was kind of fumbled around. No one really had possession. All next, Jack just kind of picked it up there, drove it in there, got an and one.
Jack Johnson makes it. No,
good.
Not make it a.
I think it's still a 4-point game.
It's a 4-point game now, that's for sure.
Bearcat woes and the free throw line still continue.
Christensen tries to drive in. He's going to pass it out to Hoiberg. And a timeout will be called by Pius. Bearcats have the momentum right now as we go into this timeout. You're watching the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by First National Bank. And welcome back to the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by First National Bank of Omaha. We got a close one on our hands. The Thunderbolts of Lincoln Pius lead the Bearcats by only 4 points with 4 minutes and 29 seconds remaining in this ball game. It's about to get real exciting.
I have literal chills like up and down my back. This is.
I'll tell you one thing here.
Feel the excitement everywhere.
I'm like out of breath just from watching this game.
I can't imagine what these players are feeling right now, especially with the pressure.
And a block by Will Vanderbeek. Great defensive play right there.
The block came down. I think he blocked it right back in to 11, right back into Toppenheim's arms, and went back up again and kind of pushed in there. But you know what I want to see? See where I cut to it right there, shot there. Right behind the Pius, the 10th bench right here. You're seeing our rowdy section. Oh, something's waving off here. Bearcats are trying to wave in Cade Miller.
Veronica is very angry.
Bearcats are called in like Cade Miller was there, and the ref didn't see him, and Veronica was like he was there. But you want to see behind there, the fun of high school basketball, the rowdies of Kearney High. Now, if this gets closer,
it's going to go crazy.
That group right there will go nuts.
Hoiberg.
And that's the fun of it. That's the fun of high school ball.
And drive in, and that one was laid up and in by Brady Christensen. That was a nice finish around Vanderbeek right there.
Jack
Justin Bruce with the ball now.
Jack Johnson at the ref table going to be prepared to go in.
Caden Miller. He's going to try to drive in, but he'll be stopped. And the ball is loose, and it's going to be picked up by Dabercow.
Yeah, Preston was a little careless.
Hoiberg's going to take the ball up now.
Preston was a little careless with the ball there and got stripped from the backside.
Tyler Hoiberg passed it to his brother Sam. And Taubenheim drives in. He's going to pass it out to Tabercow. And Tabercow's going to get the ball back. Great block right there by Will Vanderbeek. Vanderbeek laid down the LeBron James block in the Game 7 2016 finals on him right there. And Dahlgren 4-3, no good.
Oh, so close.
And rebounded by Vanderbeek. And Vanderbeek will be fouled on the shot, so he will go to the line to shoot 2. Bearcats off an opportunity to make this a 4-point game.
Teams are tied up for fouls.
Yep, 6 fouls each. Next foul by each team puts them in the 1-on-1.
And that could be a difference maker. Vanderbeek's first shot.
It's
rattles
good.
in.
That didn't look like it was going in for a second.
Had us on our seats for a little bit right there. And we've got 2 new players in. We've got Jack Johnson returning for the Bearcats, and we've got number 30, Sam Hastruder, back in for the Thunderbolts.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I can't count. I made a mistake when I said that the Bearcats can make it a 2-point game or 4-point game.
4-point. That's 5.
Well,
You missed it.
well, now
Jinxing now for 5. Jinxing.
God.
Sam Hoiberg with the ball, and Preston Pearson turns back on him. And that ball will go up for Brady Christensen. So
I saw a move like that when the Thunderbolts were doing their warm-ups, and they seem to be really down and have a wonderful teamwork. Teamwork. Oh my gosh, English. When they were doing their warm-ups, I saw a lot of moves like that, and they were
Jack
very
Johnson
quite
goes up with the
impressive.
shot. No, he's going to be called for a travel.
Yeah, he lifted that foot up there. And a nice move there. He tried to stretch out just a little bit too. Good defense there. Kind of stretch out a little bit, but that pivot foot came up off the ground there. I was like, don't call. He did.
Taubenheim will inbound the ball for the Thunderbolts.
We got number 20, Caden Miller, back in for the Bearcats.
Taubenheim will pass it in to Charlie Horberg. Taubenheim will get the ball back. And Taubenheim will pass it to Charlie. And Bolts try to drive in. The foul will be called. I believe that'll be on Preston Pearson right there.
I believe so as well.
Vanderbeek, excuse me. That is Vanderbeek's second foul. And Christensen will go to the line to shoot 2. Jack Dahlgren.
Oh, he's shooting 1.
Oh, check 1, excuse me. They're in the bonus now.
The what?
Alex, when each team gets to a certain number of fouls, every single time there gets another foul, a team will go to 1-1.
Christensen's first shot is good.
So Bearcats got to be careful now, down by 8 here. They had within 5. They just got to be careful not to let this game get in double digits.
Yes, they really do.
That shot will not go, and Vanderbeek gets the board. He's going to pass it to Bruce, who will take up the court. And Jack Johnson looks like he might have been. No, you're not going to call a foul on that, which I am shocked.
Veronic not happy with that decision.
Johnson went spinning to the floor. I feel like he drew some contact right there. The Veronic brothers not too happy about that one.
Yeah, I wouldn't be either.
Charlie Hoiberg passes it to, Sam Hoiberg will drive up, and he draws some heavy contact right there, and he's going to help Vanderbeek up. Love to see the good sportsmanship, but he will go up to shoot 2. Hoiberg will be shooting 2 here from the line. And the first shot, that's going to rattle in for the first shot. Jack Johnson will check in for the Bearcats.
That's Sam's 15th point, and he now ties Jack Johnson for the lead scorer of the evening. Both have 15.
And Hoiberg's second shot, that one is pure, so it's now a 10-point game, and the Bearcats absolutely need points if they want to get back into this ball game.
Yeah, there's 2:22 left in the fourth quarter, folks. This has been a
Vanderbeek
wonderful
for
game.
3, that one is dead on.
They're
And a timeout will be called by the Bearcats. They're going to talk things over.
There's 2:16 left in the fourth quarter of this absolutely amazing basketball game, and we're going to take that timeout with them. Thank you folks for tuning in. This is the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by First National Bank of Omaha.
And welcome back to the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by First National Bank of Omaha. We got a close one on our hands once again. The Thunderbolts only lead 63 to 56 with 2 minutes and 16 seconds remaining in this ball game.
And we want to, again, shout out to all the Pius fans who are tuning in tonight. Glad you guys are tuning in here, Bearcat Sports Network. Pius has always been great when they stream. They do a nice job there.
Inbound to Hoiberg. He will pass it to Taubenheim. And Hoiberg.
Bearcats now going for a half-court trap, and
that ball will go out, and the Bearcats will take possession now.
Zach Johnson going to be checking back in for the Bearcats.
If you're the Bearcats, you need to be running that full court press, and you need to be causing turnovers like that.
Yes,
right now, 2:05 remaining here. Again, we tell this here, a must-score time. Bearcats need to put points on the board.
Easton Bruce with the ball now. He is being guarded by Sam Hoiberg. And that ball was stolen. A miscommunication. That was not a good exchange between Jack Dahlgren and Easton Bruce.
No, that's not exactly.
Charlie Hoiberg passes it to Taubenheim. Taubenheim gets the ball back.
And those are the little things that are going to drive Coach Bronick crazy. Is just a missed shot is one thing, but that's just a disastrous miscommunication.
It appears that Pius 10th is trying to chew some clock here and take some time away from the Bearcats.
Yeah, because they had open shots there and they're passing them. They're going to dare the Bearcats now to. Yeah, they're looking for just like that.
Hoiberg lays it up and in with the easy two. Nobody was guarding him.
Bearcats went for that trap, half-court trap, and by doing that one, you leave a guy open, and Pius caught him.
Bruce.
Dahlgren.
Passes it to Dahlgren. Dahlgren drives in, and one. Great finish right there by Jack Dahlgren right there. So he'll go to the line to shoot one, to try to make it a 3-point play.
It's a 7-point game right now, and if Jack can make it, it's a 6-point game.
The Bearcats, Pius right now is daring the Bearcats to foul them. They're pretty confident on the line, I guess. Bearcats have 8 fouls, so the next one's to be 1-1 for the Thunderbolts. Bearcats again
cannot hit.
Bearcats are missing the free throws.
The woes for the Bearcats at the free throw line continue.
Yeah, we don't have our stat book right here, but it can't be good.
It's
usually a good team will shoot. A team will shoot 60-70%.
We're shooting.
I bet we're shooting 30-40. Yeah, I bet we're shooting 30-40. We haven't shot a lot of free throws tonight.
No,
we really haven't.
But I bet it's 30-40. But again, as a Husker fan, I'm gonna shout out to Coach Hoiberg. Had Corona and whole team got quarantined. Wish the Huskers see him back on the court here soon. I'm a Husker fan. I know Nolan, you're a UNK fan.
Sam Hastreeder knocks down the first shot, so he'll shoot another.
Colin wants to be back at Husker. Colin can't wait. He's a Husker. He wants to see those Huskers on the court.
Hastreeder with the second. And that shot is good. I tell you what, we were talking about free throw percentage, but the Thunderbolts have to have a stark difference of free throw percentage to our Bearcats.
Exactly. That's where they're winning the scores at right now. They're daring the Bearcats, put them on the free throw line, and the Thunderbolts converting. And the Bearcats have, when they got on the line right here, they've not. And I think this, Easton, I think is 0 for 2, and that's very un-Easton-like.
He's off a little bit tonight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Bruce will go to the line to shoot one.
There's the Easton Bruce now.
That one goes, so he'll shoot another.
8-point game with 1-on-1. Still enough time. But we're going to have to, Pius is going to have to miss some free throws.
The Bearcats aren't quite out of it yet. And Bruce with the second shot. He'll sink
good
that
as well.
one. So now it's a 7-point game with roughly a minute left to play.
Either way.
Sam Hoiberg will fumble the ball, but it's going to be recovered by and Taubenheim has the ball. Now he's going to pass it to Sam Hoiberg. And the Bearcats probably need a foul right now, and they do. So Hoiberg will go to the line to shoot 1 of 1.
Actually, it was a great play by Hoiberg coming down there. He was falling down, and actually he just fist punched the ball forward and it went right to his teammate. That tells you when your night's going real well, when you're going down and you just literally fist punch the ball forward.
And it just lands
at
your
teammate. Hey, you know what? It's your night. It's your night.
Hoiberg with the
Luck
second
is on
shot.
your
That
side.
one is good. So
Luck
the Bearcats need a score, and they need to score fast. It's a 9-point game right now. Jack Dahlgren passes it to Bruce, and Bruce with a Euro step throws it up. No good. Rebounded by, that was Brady Christensen on the board right there for the Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts feeling the Bearcat full court press right now, and they seem to be breaking through it almost every single time.
Yeah, Bearcats are trying to foul right now. Thunderbolts are they're not trying to shoot, they're trying to kill it. 26 seconds left.
To his brother, and a foul, and Bruce will intentionally foul here. So Hoiberg will go to the line once again to shoot another shot.
24 seconds remaining. On light of a miracle, looks like the Bearcats going to drop this one, go back to 500.
Yep.
And Pius will improve to 8-1 on the season.
Either way, this is still an excellent game that the Bearcats have
Bearcats played a good game. They had some shooting woes. The height, I think the height came back and hurt them there because, the Pius high game, Bearcats like to drive. Tune in next week again. Tomorrow, Bearcats on the road tomorrow. Next game is next Thursday.
Hoiberg misses the second shot.
Weekday game. Omaha Northwest comes to Kearney. Play the Bearcats. Game Thursday night. We'll have it here. Bearcat Sports Network.
And Bruce, no good on the 3 attempt. And this game seems to be all but over. Sam Hoiberg will take the ball up. He'll pass it to, and they tried to dunk it right there. Brady Christensen with the layup. And this game is over.
That's the ball game, folks. We certainly appreciate you guys for tuning in. This certainly has been a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful game.
It was a good game. It's 72-60. It really wasn't what we thought it was going to be. We thought it was a little closer. In the fourth quarter, Pius just kind of stretched it out here, and it kind of a little closer here, and they just kind of moved ahead, got ahead by 5, then 6, then 7. Bearcats got within 5, but just couldn't get in that next gear here. Pius made the shots when they needed to.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like the Bearcats, if they made more free throws, if they shot better from the floor, this would be a totally different game.
On their free throw line.
They closed that game. When you head by 5 or 6, you have to take chances, and the Bearcats took chances on defense. Credit to the Pius offense. When the Bearcats put that high pressure defense in, you have to try to create something when you're down, but by doing that, it leaves men open. And Pius was able to find those men open for those easy baskets. That's what teams do. It's a high risk, high reward type of offense. But when you're down, you got to do it. So,
big ups to Pius. They played a complete basketball game. They played
awesome.
fantastic on the defensive end of the floor.
That was showing why that team is 8-1 on the season.
Mm-hmm.
Their record speaks for itself, and they got another dub against the Bearcats.
The Bearcats, yeah.
Yep.
So
again, we'll be here next Thursday evening when the Huskies from Omaha Northwest come to town. We haven't seen them in a long time.
No, we have not.
We'll have the call here on our Strive Sports Network. We'll be right here. Our next Strive broadcast, though, Alyssa, is
the Sapphire and Gold and KHS Corral Pops Show Choir event. You will be able to see myself and Alex Lane. We will be performing in the Pops Show Choir.
And Nolan, we will not be commentating that one.
No, we'll not.
That would be pretty fun.
We should do play-by-play on the Pops Choir concert. What do you think?
I don't think you guys would have a lot to talk about.
Oh, we can find something.
Oh, yeah, so find something.
It's just
to
like
talk
Alex
about,
is doing a funky thing with her wrist.
Yep, okay. All right, guys, thank you here. Again, my name is Robert Goff here. Nolan Dart, play-by-play. Alyssa Epler, nice job on the girls' game today, and also in color. Alex Lane, right next to them, doing our producer app.
Woo!
Allie Myers, and our freshman extraordinaire running our courtside camera, Asher Salisbury. My name is Robert Goff. Thank you guys for tuning in. Oh, Brianna Royal, who had to take off. Nolan, any last words? Your play-by-play, you got last call night.
Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us, and shout out to the Pius fans who were watching our stream. We really appreciate you, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by First National Bank of Omaha.